What does a happy sex life look like? Whether you've been with your partner for 30 days or 30 years, you may worry about your sexual life together. Researchers have found that having a happy sex life is linked to everything from a healthier heart to a healthier relationship. But what does a happy sex life look like? Some people think that how often you and your partner have sex is a measure of how good your sex life is. Some people think that multiple or mutual orgasms are the key. In reality, none of these things is necessary for a happy sexual life. When it comes to the amount, there is no magic number. What matters is that each person feels safe and comfortable and that they're having fun. What matters is how well a couple can talk to each other about the kind of sex they want to have. Let's talk about how you can improve your sex life together and how that might also make your relationship better. How to talk about sex with your partner. Even though it can be hard, talking with your partner about sex is good for your relationship. Here are some ways to speak clearly. Set up a time to talk about sex in advance. By putting this talk on your schedule, you take away the chance that it will come up out of anger or frustration. Talk about what works and what doesn't. Couples can solve a lot of their problems in the bedroom by talking about them. Find ways to meet in the middle so that both of you feel safe and heard. Tell your partner what you'd like by making suggestions. Instead of complaining about what they're doing or not doing, it's often better to give them positive ideas. Be true to yourself about what you want. But don't try to get your partner to try something they're not ready for. Don't let your partner do the same thing to you either. Be willing to hear each other out. Be willing to give in on them, too, so that both of you feel heard and get what you need. Be honest and clear. This will make it harder for people to get things wrong. Don't make your partner try to figure out what you really mean. If you want something but don't want to say it out loud, try writing it down. Happy tips on sex. You have to work and plan to improve your sexual life. Contrary to what most people think, this doesn't take the romance out of it. In fact, working on your sex life together as a couple can be a good way to bring romance back into your relationship. Don't keep being mad. Everyone gets angry sometimes. People even have sex when they are mad. But anger that isn't dealt with can kill sexual desire, trust, and connections. When you're mad at someone, it can be hard to feel soft, loving, or sexual toward them. Find healthy ways to deal with your anger and let it go if you're upset with your partner. This may be easy to fix by talking about things that upset you as they happen. In some cases, you may need the help of a therapist or mediator to do this. Look into your own body. Masturbation can be a safe and comfortable way to find out what you like and don't like in a sexual relationship. Some couples also find that masturbating together is exciting and a good way to get to know each other's bodies. Don't pretend. Sometimes it might feel easier to fake an orgasm or a desire than to explain why it didn't work this time. You might not want to make your partner feel bad. You might also just want to be done with it if you're tired or can't stop thinking about it. But this can hurt both your relationship and your ability to get better at making love together. Being honest with your partner about your sexual experiences can make you feel weak, exposed, or ashamed. It is, however, a good way to start talking about your sexual needs, so that they can be met. Don't skimp on the fun stuff. In movies, two people can look at each other across a crowded room and be ready for sex after a quick, passionate kiss. In real life, it doesn't usually work like that. Foreplay is often an important part of getting ready for other kinds of sex. Also important is the kind of pre-play you do. Help your partner figure out where and how you like to be kissed and touched. Talk about things that get you both excited. Before moving on to the next steps, give plenty of it. Don't skimp on afterplay. Also important is the time you spend together after you have sex. If you fall asleep right away or jump out of bed and away from your partner after having sex, you miss out on a chance to get closer and build more intimacy. Talking, cuddling, or holding each other after sex is a way to show your partner you care about them and that you value your relationship. This kind of closeness is good for your relationship and for each of your senses of self. It also helps make sex in the future better and more connected. Get on the same page about time. No one's sexual life stays the same. When you first start dating, you might have sex several times a day or week. Later on, the number of times you have sex may drop for a number of reasons, such as having kids, being busy, or feeling stressed. The same is true for libido. Scheduling sex may sound like a bad idea, but it gives many couples a routine they can count on and look forward to. It is important to make a plan that you both agree on. To do this, you might have to change the order of other things you have to do and set them aside. If one of you wants to have sex more often than the other, you may need to find a middle ground. Scheduling sex also makes it less likely that one of you will keep turning the other down when you're not in the mood. All day, you set the scene. If sex is on the agenda for the evening, do things during the day to make each other want it more. You can do this by sending each other sexy texts or pictures. Think about reading to each other from a sexually explicit book you both like. You can build up your own sense of excitement and anticipation by thinking about what you'll be doing that night. Experiment. As long as both of you are comfortable, you and your partner can try out a wide range of sexual activities. These can include using toys and erotica, as well as bondage sex, tantric sex, and more. But edgy or kinky sex isn't the only way to have a good sex life. You can change things up by wearing different clothes or going to different places to have sex. It may also involve trying out new positions and types of sex, like oral sex, mutual masturbation, and anal sex. Trying out new things that make you both happy can be a great way to get closer to your partner, as long as you talk about it and agree on what you will do. Take care of any health problems that could be affecting your sexual life. As people get older, their bodies change, which can make sex painful or hard. The vaginal lining may shrink and get dry during menopause. Changes in hormone levels can cause testosterone production to go down. This can decrease the desire to be sexual and lead to problems with getting an erection. Some medicines can lower libido or make it hard to have an orgasm. If you're having trouble with sex because of a health problem, talk to your partner and your doctor about it. What a happy sex life can do for you. Having a satisfying sexual life has been linked to many health benefits. The benefits you get may depend on what kind of sex you have. Just a few of the benefits are: working on your sex life can make you feel more sexually interested and boost your libido. Endorphins and other hormones that make you feel good are released when you have a sexual encounter. Having a good time in bed can make you feel closer to your partner. People are happier and more satisfied with their lives when they have sex with their partner. Sex is a form of exercise that can improve the health of your heart and blood vessels. Sex makes more blood flow to the vagina, which slows down vaginal atrophy. Sex can also help build up the muscles in the vaginal area, which can reduce pelvic floor dysfunction. Prostate cancer may be less likely to happen in men who ejaculate often. Takeaway: to have a good sexual life, you have to talk to each other and put in some work. One way to enjoy life more is to be happy with your sexual life. It also helps keep couples emotionally close.